It's always good to have some good water. What's up, you guys? Hassani here, back with another video, and today I'm about to rebuild my camera rig. And I always wonder if this stuff getting old, like, you know, rig builds. I don't think so, because like when I go on YouTube and I just come across somebody building their camera rig, I watch it. The only reason why is because I'm interested in what they're doing to their camera, seeing if there's something that I might need or can use or something easy. Today I'm gonna be using my Cineback as well. And you know, just because that's what I bought. I know Cineback, they did do a new one where it's a quick release. I might get that one as well. But the reason why I'm redoing my rig build, my camera rig build, is because I got some new stuff to go with the build. And it's not on this table, so when you see the overhead, you'll see the new stuff coming on. Some of the stuff is on the table, but yeah. And also stay tuned to the end because I got some good news. And also the VCO link video transmitter video is coming up pretty soon, so you guys can see how far I can go and if I can pull focus. You're gonna be very, very shocked and amazed on what you see. All right, so stay to the end. I got some new stuff to show you, and let's get into this rig build. Let's go. All right, you guys, here we are starting off with my Sony FX30. And this is the heart of the build, so I would like to protect it with a cage. And the cage I decided to add to this build is the small rig cage for the Sony FX3 and FX30. This is the removable NATO rail that comes with it, which is awesome because it's gonna help me attach my Cineback here in a minute, as you see. All I'm doing is tighten down these screws. And then next I'm gonna remove the door of the bottom for the battery because I'm gonna use D-tap and a dummy battery. I was gonna use USB Type-C, but I decided to go ahead with the dummy battery. All right, so here I'm adding the cage to my Sony FX30. I love this cage because it has a lot of mounting points to it, and also you can use the bottom of the cage for your tripod if your tripod has like a NATO rail type slide or something on your tripod. It's awesome. All right, so it's still adding the screws. It comes with like 2 screws, so actually 3, so you got to tighten it at the bottom as well. Okay. All right, now here I am adding the cable clamp for the HDMI. I think that's a nice feature because you don't want to bump that HDMI or knock it out or anything, so you can clamp it down and it's secure all the way. All right, you guys, next I will be adding the Cineback from Camera Foundry. This is an awesome rig for your Sony FX3 and FX30. It has so many mounting points on this rig, it's crazy. It has, like, I want to say 4 D-taps. I don't know if you looked at a previous video that I'd done. I added Apple AirTag to it. If you don't, here's a card. You can go to that video and check it out. So if you have this, you can also put an AirTag in it, and someone steal your rig, you know where to find it. Okay? So, like I say, this thing has a lot of mounting points. You'll see I'm gonna be adding a couple of things to this Cineback to make it unique and usable for the things that I need for this build. Also, what I like about the Cineback is it has an on and off switch. So you could turn off the Cineback to save the V-mount battery if you're using it and draining things, okay? It's pretty awesome. Alright you guys, here I am adding another small grid multifunctional cheese plate to this build, and you're gonna see the reason why I'm adding this cheese plate. I know it kind of look funky right now, but I'm adding a couple of things to this cheese plate to give me more accessibility to like USB Type-C and stuff like that. So you'll see here as I build this out. Alright you guys, here I am. I have the small rig camera base plate for my Shure 15mm carbon fiber rods. Alright, this is for my follow focus system, and also to add whatever else I need to add to the bottom of my build, and that's the reason why I got the 15mm rods. Also, I'm using a longer lens, which you'll see here in a minute, so that's the reason why I needed the 15mm rods. I also have the smaller ones, but I needed these for this build. Alright you guys, so now I'm gonna add it to the bottom of my Cineback. Alright, I'm gonna just screw those two little screws in, or actually I got three screws to screw in. But yeah, with the Cineback, I mean, like I say, it's awesome. It has so many mounting points to it. You can put your follow focus system anywhere on this rig, and you know, adjust it the way you want to. I know a lot of people put it on top of the lens, but I'm opting in for the bottom. Okay. All right, next you guys, I'm adding in this small rig rail block. I feel like it gives my rods a support, so I'm adding those in, and then also it has, you know, some mounting points as well at the bottom. Okay. All right, next I'm adding in my tripod mount. Now, whatever tripod you use or have, just use that. This is the one I have off a Newware small tripod, so I'm using that for the mount for that. All right you guys, next I'm gonna add this small rig quick release safety rail. This is gonna be an option for me to use later on in the build. Alright you guys, I have two V-mount batteries. I have the ZG Cine and the KNF Concept battery, 99 volts. Both of them are awesome. You guys, batteries work. It doesn't matter. These last long. I've been using the ZG Cine for a while. I've been using it with lights and stuff, and it lasts a pretty good long time. These are some good batteries. Smart Rig makes some good ones. Newware, everybody make good batteries. So yeah, so I have both of these options, and I use them both on my rig. So yeah, so it doesn't matter which one I pick. I am going with the KNF Concept because of the color right now of this build, so that's the only reason why I went with it. All right you guys, and next I'm adding in this small rig's mini side handle. I did add a code shoot for the top to add options like a mic or something to it, so you'll see here later on in the build of what I've added to it. Alright you guys, now it's time to add the lens to this build, and the lens I'm going with is the Shure Nightwalker lenses. I have the 3 set, I believe the 24, the 35, and 55. I'm just putting the 35 on because I just picked it out of the bunch. And I also have this anamorphic adapter lens from Shure, okay? And I don't know if, as you guys see, I always wipe my lenses down before I shoot any film or anything. It's always good because there might be a fingerprint or some type of debris in there, dust or whatnot. All right, so this anamorphic lens comes with some step-up rings, and for my Nightwalker lenses, I have to use the step-up ring of 67, okay? And all you gotta do is screw it onto your anamorphic lens adapter, and then just screw the lens to it, and you have yourself one big lens. And it works too, you guys. This lens is awesome. It has a red dot at the top, so actually when you mount it on your camera, you take that red dot, push it down, and then you move your adapter to the center of your lens until you can get it right. Now you can have your camera on just so you can monitor how that's looking when you get it on there, okay? You'll see me do it here in a little bit, but I won't have the camera on. I just will be adjusting that lens, okay? All right, again, I'll always make sure that I blow all the debris out of my lenses or whatnot. You never know. You don't want nothing in your film, especially if you're filming for a client or something and they see that. It's crazy. I watch a lot of people's videos and I see a lot of dark spots in their lenses, and that's crazy. All right, so just make sure you clean your lens before you mount it to your camera, okay? All right, you guys, next I'm gonna add this SmallRig long lens support bracket. This is always good if you have a big lens on your camera. You want to support it. You don't want it to be like really hanging, because that could mess up your sensor. So make sure you add a support bracket to that, okay? And I opted in for the SmallRig. All right, you guys, here I am about to add the monitor to the handle. I do have a couple of monitors that I use. I've had this monitor. This is the FieldWorld FX30, and as you can see, it has the battery in the back. And I mean, I don't want to use that anymore, so I went ahead and bought the FieldWorld P6 XL. Now this has an internal battery, which is a good and a bad thing, because if you're not using it in a certain way, your battery can run out and you have to pull it off and charge it. But the way I'm using it, I'm gonna be using USB Type-C to the D-tap to, make sure that it stay lit. All right. And then next, I'm gonna add the Nitzy cage for this monitor. I love this cage. It's kind of weird at the bottom. It's not a centered. My OCD sees that and I just go crazy because I like things to be right. After I get done installing the cage to this monitor, once I put it on the top handle for the monitor. Now the top handle is from SmallRig, you guys. I did add a code shoot to it. Just to add the monitor, and I also added the newer monitor mount as well to this. So you'll see after I get done adding this cage, just a simple installation, nothing hard about it. Just slide it in and screw it from the bottom, and it's secure. And it makes this monitor feel a little bit more secure and healthy for me. If I drop it or something, hopefully I won't drop it face down, but if it drops, it won't damage it, you know what I mean? And it makes it look good, I like that look. So now I'm gonna attach the newer monitor mount, and like I say, my OCD is crazy because I like for things to be centered, and on the bottom of this, it's not centered at all. As you can see, you can either do it from the left or right, and it kind of it makes it off center a little bit. Sorry about the blurriness to you guys. I didn't tap on my Osmo at the time of this, but yeah, and watch, you'll see as I add it to the handle, it's not gonna be centered at all. And my OCD is like, man, I want this to be centered, huh? I mean, it works. I mean, if you're using anything, articulated arms or something like that, and you're trying to put the monitor to the side, it won't be centered to the thing. But as you can see how that looks. I'm just like, man, I want that to be a little bit more centered. But anyway, this is my monitor build, and it works. It doesn't bother me too much. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and add it to the top of my camera, or the rig. Again, I'm building this rig as a solo recorder, so that's why most of this stuff will make sense to you when you see it. All right, you guys, now it's time to add my follow focus system. I went ahead and went with the Tilta Nicholas Nano 2, and I do have a couple of more options to use. I do have a manual one from SmallRig, and I also have the Cam TV. Again, I'm sorry about the blurriness. I didn't realize it was not focused at the time. So it will get back in focus here in a minute. But yeah, so as you see, I'm adding the motor to the lens, and then again that rail that I put down by the on the bottom of my Cineback, this is for this. So just in case I'm shooting by myself, I have the option to mount it on or have someone handheld and pull focus for me. Okay. All right, you guys, next I'm adding my Zoom F3 with 32-bit float to my rig build. Now, the only reason why I'm adding it to this build is because if I'm solo shooting, I want to actually have it on the build. You don't have to have it if you have someone holding the mic for you, but I'm using it with my mic, so this Zoom F3 is awesome and amazing. All right, you guys, next I'm adding this small rig NPF battery adapter plate to my build. Now, I'm not going to be necessarily using an NPF battery for this. I have something else in mind to put in this plate, and you're going to see why here once I add it, and I'll tell you why. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to add this New World dual-sided dummy battery adapter to this. Okay, the only reason why I'm using this because it has the USB Type-C and a D-tap. Now I'm gonna be using the USB Type-C to power on certain things. Like I said, I want the D-tap for the Cineback to be powered on and off. I don't want to actually have to, I don't necessarily want to plug into the V-mount battery unless I have to. All right, so I want the Cineback to, like, when I shut it off, I want everything to shut off. I don't want everything to stay on. So that's the reason why I'm using this as this, and it doesn't look bad on my rig. All right. All right, you guys, now it's time to add the matte box. Everybody trip off the matte box because they feel like it's just for show, but no, it actually works. It blocks the sun and you can add your ND filters to it, which I'm adding a KNF ND filter concept to it. Now I have a mist, I have all the, what you see on the screen I do have, and I'm adding that to my rig build because it actually works. It's not just for looks. Well, it is for looks because it makes your camera rig look professional, especially when you're approaching clients with your camera. They know you about business. Okay, so but in any event, I do use this and it works, and it helps out with the sun, and help you expose for your scene or whatnot. So yeah, everything works. And this system here that I have is the small rig mini matte box, and then I use the KNF ND filters to go with it, and they work good, you guys. Like I say, when you adding stuff like this, especially ND filters, whatever, make sure you wipe things down because there's handprints, there's debris, all that stuff on these ND filters, and you do not want to shoot and have all that in your scene. Okay, that's not gonna look good, especially if you're claiming yourself to be a professional and your clients see that and be like, man, what is that? You can't remove it after the work is done. All right, so make sure you wipe down everything. All right. All right, guys, now this does have a step-up ring to it, and for my anamorphic adapter here, I have to use the size 82, and as you can see, I'm preparing, again, wiping it down or whatnot to make sure there's nothing in there. And so yeah, like I say, this anamorphic adapter lens is the step-up ring for it is 82, so any step-up ring for this matte box is gonna fit. You just have to adjust it with the screw, okay? And again, as you see, I'm adjusting the anamorphic lens, so you gotta push down the red dot and then make sure that it's centered with the lens. Now I don't have the camera on, so I'm just eyeballing it right now, but when I cut it on, I'll see if everything is leveled and ain't nothing warping, because you gotta make sure there's no warps. Your flares are lined up and everything like straight. All right, so this is the matte box to my rig. All right, you guys, as a solo shooter, you want to add a mic to your client to get extra audio. Now, I have both of these mics, but the reason why I'm going with the Rode is because I did buy the Rode that came with the 3. And so if I have 2 clients, I can mount 2 mics. So that's the reason why. All right, you guys, now I'm going with the newer dummy battery that has a D-tap, and I'm adding that to my Sony FX30. And this dummy battery actually works pretty good. All right, you guys, there's some that will mess your camera up, but this New World dummy battery works pretty good. I haven't had an issue with it yet, so buy at your own risk. All right, you guys, next I'm adding this VCO Link video transmitter. Now, this thing is awesome, you guys, I'm here to tell you. Now, I'm using it to actually let my clients see exactly what I'm filming for them. Now, if it's like a commercial or a music video or something, and they want to actually see it on a screen, this thing works, okay? Now, it films in 1080p and it has 0.5 latency, okay? Now, and you can also add up to 5 devices to this. So you can buy the actual monitor by itself and have at least 2 or 3 monitors, which I'm gonna do, and let multiple people see what's going on, okay? Like I say, this thing works. It's 1080p. Pull and focus, I don't know. You would have to try it out to see if it's gonna work out for you or not. I think it will, but we'll see. I do have a video on this, so it will be coming out shortly after this video. So you guys want to stay tuned, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and you'll see how this VCO Link transmitter work. I keep saying that in each video that I'm gonna bring that out, but I've been having I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to get that video out for you guys just yet, but it will be coming soon, all right? All right, so I know you guys see that I Velcroed it on to my monitor because there's no actually mounting points in the back just yet, but I'm trying to figure something out, but it works. All right, you guys, last but not least, I'm adding my shotgun mic to it. And this mic right here, you guys, is awesome. This is the Movo X3 shotgun mic. This thing has a high pass filter, a battery powered, and a phantom power to it. I looked at the reviews on this mic, you guys, and they was pairing it with top-notch mics, and this mic held its place, man. It did its job. So that's the reason why I got it. If you're on a budget, I say go with this. It works very good and it's clear. All right. And if you have if you have to make adjustments, you can do that in post. I mean, this mic is very good, and it comes with so many accessories. It's amazing. So I would highly recommend this mic. All right, you guys. So this is my rig build, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have a few words to say after this, so check out some B-rolls on the build, and stay tuned for me later on. All right, peace. All right, you guys, I know some of y'all probably thinking this is an overkill build, but I mean, it's stuff that I think that I need and is gonna use. And I know you guys noticed I put the VCO Link video transmitter on here as well, because this thing is awesome. Like I say, you guys, there's another video coming pretty soon. I got to do the editing and everything of this VCO Link. This is my rig build, and then let me show you some new stuff that I got real quick. And I got videos coming on this stuff real soon, okay? So let me get that stuff. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is what I got new. Oops. This thing is the iFootage Shark Slider Nano 2 660. This is a cool ass slider. That's all I gotta say. This works with my DJI RS2 Pro. I got 2 of those, so I'll be able to keep one on and, you know, do the other one. So this thing is awesome. And then also, I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. What is it, 2? Osmo Pocket 2, 3. What is it called? Wow, they put packaging in here for real. But so it's crazy, man. When I bought this, man, I had to buy it with the arm. The adapter for the Osmo Pocket, I had to buy the arm to go with it, which is crazy, man. And I feel like, and it was expensive. It was $146. So, you know, they taxed that and so on. With an arm. I didn't need the arm. But here we go. Oh yeah, so it's Pocket 3. So this is what I was excited to get to use with my Osmo Pocket 2, because I do video record with it. I'm video recording it right now. I do have other cameras, but I just feel like this is the easiest camera to video record with. So this is the new stuff. I hope you guys enjoy. Please stay tuned for the next video. I will be out in the field showing you how this VCO Link video transmitter works and show you how awesome it is, all right? So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, please leave them down below. I will answer you. Ask anybody. And then if you like this content, please like it. If not, put the thumbs down. Either way, I don't care. But you guys have a good one. You guys take care. Peace and be wild.